About 6 months ago, before I started with Going On and found this program, I was completely consumed by fear. And that looked like me constantly overthinking, worrying about the future, reflecting and ruminating on the past, always in my head, always trying to figure everything out, non-stop, like waking up at all hours of the night worrying about work, going over situations about my partner, about my family, thinking about the future, worrying about money in the future, like never present, never in the moment. And it started to get so bad that my head actually hurt, and I would just wake up at 2 a.m. with a worry, thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? And try and think myself out of it. Always chasing some sort of solution or answer or piece around and around and around in my head, thinking if I keep thinking, I'll get an answer and then I'll be able to sleep. Or preparing, like an example, I had a client and I was rooted in this fear that they were going to fire me. And I'd wake up at all hours of the night and keep preparing my reply, preparing the email in my head, imagining them firing me, thinking about what I'd say back, thinking about how I would prevent it, rolling around like a fish out of water, left to right in the bed, just insanity, unmanageable, completely uncomfortable, just agitated, exhausted, hopeless. And that was all fear I was going to lose the client. And then as you work the steps, in step 4, I realized that fear was so loaded and heavy for me, because if it came true, it meant that I wasn't good enough, or it meant that I wasn't good at my job, or it meant that I wasn't worthy in some way. So you learn about what's attached to your fears so you can free yourself from them. Fast forward 6 months, working a program, I have a sponsor, practicing all of the tools, using all the tools. And now I have realized and found peace in the fact that I can't control any of that. So it took practice and it took support, but a shift happened where I realized if that client is going to fire me, or if any of my other fears or worries are going to come true, I can't stop any of that. And thinking and worrying and writing notes and preparing and ruminating and projecting and reflecting and talking, and this is not going to change or determine the outcome. And it was really hard to stop that first, but as soon as I practiced it and realized, I can't stop them firing me, so why am I spending my whole night worrying about me while they're snoring? So 6 months ago, consumed by fear, consumed by thoughts, consumed by mental activity. Now, most of the time, fully accept that might happen, fully accept it's out of my control. I know in my heart I work hard and do my best, so whatever happens will happen, and I don't have to worry about it. And that's what you'll hear people say when they hand it over, or they hand over their worries, or they trust or let go and let God. You hand it over to that's greater than you to figure out for you. So feeling more sane than 6 months ago.